So I've spent a few months trying to come up with a really nice seahorse design, and I finally got there, and I thought I'd share with you how to draw it yourselves because it is such a lovely little thing. So I have done a couple of non-guided videos of my seahorses drawings, and this one is less about the whole picture and it's just about drawing the actual seahorse itself. Don't forget to bookmark it if you want to come back and give it a go later, and do let me know how you get on with it in the comments below. So I'm going to draw two on this page today, and to start with what I'm going to do is draw in some guidelines with a pencil. It's far easier to correct your mistakes now than later. So we want to start with a very slightly curved line, a really super shallow S shape. And when we reach the lower part of the S, we want to swing our line back to the left and create a hook, and then curl it right in. And to face the other way, we want to mirror that with a slight reverse S. Hook and curl. Now just over a centimetre away, we want to mirror those lines. Tapering inwards the further down the hook we get. For the head, at the top of this second line, we want to loop it around in a neat curve to a point, and then back up, and loop back on yourself to form the snout. Extend it out, curve it upwards to a point, and up to another point which should meet our first line. If it doesn't, then extend your first line so they meet. You can spend a little time now making sure that those curves are nice and neat, and make any adjustments that you need to. Now we're going to draw another line to the left, following our initial curves, about a centimetre away to start, and then tapering in as we move down towards the hook. It doesn't have to be perfect. This one's a guideline for our back. Now to create the belly, we want a large bump coming out from the curve of the neck down to the lower part of our initial S shape. And some guidelines for the fins. We're just going to draw out some pencil lines from the back, the first two slightly upwards, the middle one straight, and the last two slightly downwards. So now we're ready to commit pen to paper. I always like to start with the middle curve, and from the point of the chin trace over the head, put in a little ripple in on the snout, or mouth I guess. Now we're going to draw in the spiny back, and we're going to make these curvy little loops and bring them out as far as our pencil line, bubble out a little bit at the tip and curve back in and down to the back. As you get further down the tail, these will become much smaller. and you can just make a little bump rather than the full bubble head. And then we'll join these up with a little curve all the way down the back until you can't make any more marks. Draw a line from the centre of the snout right across to the back. Draw a circle for the eye in the hollow, ink it in, leaving a small white space. From the corner, draw a diagonal line to the neck, and then just draw some horizontal lines. Now we will draw a series of very slightly curved lines down the body, just trying to keep our spacing fairly even, but don't worry if the odd one is a little too big. Now for the belly, what we want to do is create a series of bumps. Now if you prefer, you can do this in pencil first. Starting at the bottom, our first bump should come out as far as our guideline and loop straight back to the main body. The second will start at the lower bump, come out as far as our pencil guideline, and then back to the main body. We want to create 5 of these shapes, which will start to taper back in. Now we're going to partially outline these, starting at the top and bringing it around to the main body part again. I will show you that one again. If you're familiar with Zendoodles, this will be a pattern that you might be quite familiar with, but it can be a little bit complicated if you're not. Now all we need to do is draw in the fins. Using your guidelines, draw a line out and loop it around and draw back around. We want a very thin line with a small empty space inside. Join all of these up with a little curve. And I like to add just a little circle on the ends. I also like to add a small section at the base of the fins. A short line, circle, short line and circle. Add 2 of these for that little extra something. And lastly, at the head, on that first point, draw a line that follows the curve and another, both with little circles on the ends. So I really hope that you enjoyed having a go at drawing some seahorses today. And remember, you can colour them in and shade them in however you like. I've used Inktense on this one, but you can use any art medium that you like. You could ink in different bits black from me. And so I spent quite a long time developing these seahorses, and the progression of them was quite interesting. I started out with a basic design. I took the elements that I liked, I put them into another design, and eventually I came up with this. Now, I still think there's room for improvement, and I might continue to work on them in the future. But I really do hope that you've enjoyed having a go at drawing these, and do let me know how you get on. And if I've missed anything out that you need a bit of extra help with, just let me know. I'll do my best. So thank you very much for joining me today. Do give me a thumbs up if you've made it this far. Your support genuinely means an awful lot to me, and I hope to catch up with you again soon.